Hey guys, welcome back to all the viewers that I have now, and as well to the new viewers. I'm Jarek or Elvis or Yarky, however anybody wants to call me. Quick rundown of my YouTube channel. It will be about traveling, travel tips, music, cooking, everyday life. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of a rundown. For the people that are on here watching that aren't subscribers, please do me the favor of hitting that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. Like and share, and it will give you guys more videos just like this. But now, we're gonna get off to my video. Stay tuned. Hey guys, today's video is gonna be a little bit different today. I'm gonna be cooking you guys different kinds of foods today will be, and that's why I named the title Cooking with Elvis. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get to our silly video. Hey guys, first thing I'm gonna do is, when you're cooking, you wanna make sure you wash your mitts. And perfect hygiene is definitely when it comes to cooking, because you're serving the food not only to yourself, but you're going to be serving the food to other people as well. So make sure you wash your hands nicely so that there's no bacteria or anything else that gets involved. And I like to rinse out the sink as well afterwards I'm done, because I'll be doing the vegetables, rinsing the vegetables in here as well. So I gotta make sure that there's no soap or anything else that's gonna cause it to get any kinds of germs. So there we go. Dry my hands nice and quick. And we'll come back to you guys with the cleaning of the vegetables. Well, I got the vegetables now in the sink, guys. The ones that are getting washed right now are potatoes, mushrooms, celery, and a yellow or orange bell pepper. And that's what it looks like inside the sink. I like to wash my potatoes and everything in hot water. What I do is I fill up the sink with water with the vegetables in it and let it just sit inside the sink so it sort of soaks itself, kind of thing. Okay? Now there'll be one other vegetable as well going well, two other vegetables going into this dish. Will be carrots, and I'm gonna throw in some frozen peas, but I'll show you that a little bit later. We'll come back to this once I've done filling up the sink. So the sink's full of water, guys. The potatoes and everything are soaking, all the vegetables. And we will let them stay in this water so that they can soak, and then I can wash them thoroughly before I start chopping them up. So I'm just gonna leave them in here. And I'm going to come back to you guys when I'm chopping or prepping up the onions and the garlic and the carrots that will go into this dish as well. Well, we're going to start off by getting this all peeled and cut up, and we'll be back in and voila, we have 5 cloves of garlic, half an onion, and 2 carrots chopped up. I will show you guys what I'm going to be doing next. So what I'm doing now, guys, I came to the sink where the vegetables were soaking. I'm just gonna give them a little bit of a hand scrub, okay? Just so that they're all clean. They've been soaking here for 5-10 minutes roughly, maybe even longer. And I got my strainer here and pull everything out onto the strainer. And it's up to you how you guys wash your vegetables. It's just my preference how I do it. And this is something that needs to be done, obviously, because vegetables get sprayed with different kinds of chemicals and stuff like that. So it's good to get them all nice and clean. So this is what I'm doing right now. Scooping them out into the strainer. Drain the sink. Pull the celery out. And get the rest of the mushrooms out. Yes. And there we have it, guys. All drained. Now I'm going to put it in the sink and let it just sit here for a few minutes so it could strain itself. And then before I do that, I'm going to give it one final rinse. And just to make sure everything's all rinsed off. And there we go. Next vegetable, guys, I'll be chopping up is the mushrooms. We will be right back as soon as this is done. And voila. Sliced mushrooms, guys. You can buy them like this, or you can just buy the regular full mushrooms and cut them up yourselves. Today, guys, we're just using a regular electric skillet, and you can use whatever your preference is for cooking on what kind of oils you use. My choice is usually these three here. You got either coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, or avocado oil. I try to stay away from the sunflower oil and all that kind of stuff just for health reasons. But that's my own preference. So you heat this up, the electric skillet, to about 300 degrees, 350, and then you put your oil in. So my choice of oil today, guys, will be the extra virgin olive oil. And these are the spices I'm going to be using for prepping this food that I'm making today. Fancy paprika or regular red sweet pepper. Vegeta, it's what this is. It's dehydrated vegetables, and it also has some salt and garlic powder in there mixed in, and then black ground pepper, and then some bay leaves. Now, again, guys, I don't get sponsored by none of these companies, so it's just my preference of what I use here. So I'm going to put the oil in now and let it heat up. The oil's in the pan now, guys, and we are heating it up. There's about that much, if you look at my fingertips, in the bottom of the frying pan of oil. Right here to the end of my thumbnail here, guys, if you can see it. That's how much oil I put in, and I let it heat up. In the meantime, I will be getting the vegetables ready to go into the pan. And just like the sign says, guys, happiness is homemade. Kowalczyk family. Now I'm putting in the mushrooms into the olive oil, into the frying pan. Okay. All right, let them fry in that oil. Okay, guys. I don't add any seasoning to it. I just like the mushrooms to do their own little, get them cooking in their juices. And then after that, we'll add in the rest of the vegetables. My next vegetables, guys, that I'm putting in is the garlic and the onions together in with the mushrooms. So that gives that little bit of a nice smell once it starts frying in the pan. Okay, And remember, don't cook this on high heat, guys. Everybody makes that mistake of cooking stuff on high heat. You know, you want to get it done quick and this and that. You know what? It's not about doing it quick. It's about getting that flavor and that taste. So I'm blending in the onions with the mushrooms, okay? And this is what it's going to look like. And now we're going to just throw the lid on and let it do its thing. Hey guys, the next vegetables that we're chopping up is the celery and the bell pepper. And this will look like, and voila, vegetables chopped up. Another thing, guys, what I wanted to mention is I have pie plates, like this one here. And what I do is after I chop up my vegetables, I put it into a pie plate and I do it in order. So like this is the carrots, and the potatoes will go into that with the carrots. And I'll do them at the last because they cook the longer. So I just always do the potatoes and the carrots last, and they cook longer. But I'm gonna put this right now into this pie plate, and we'll be right back. Now I'm using golden Yukon potatoes. You can use whatever preference you guys want. White, red, it doesn't matter, but as long as it's a potato. And everybody's probably wondering, where's the meat, Jarek? Well, here it is, the ground beef, guys. You can use whatever you want, ground beef, lean, extra lean, however you like it, it doesn't matter. Family pack usually, this size here. And that's what we're going to be putting in today. You can even go to the extreme of ground beef and ground pork if you wanted to. But we'll put that in there once the vegetables are done cooking. And I'll show you how everything's put together. Well guys, we're going to check on the mushrooms and onions and see how they're making out. Beautifully. And the smell is just divine. So I'm going to add a little bit of vegetables spices to this. So I'm going to add in the Vegeta. And this is all dehydrated vegetables. And it has a bit of a salt and garlic salt in it. Ingredients. There it is, the ingredients. I like using this stuff. It's good for soups, it's good for meats, fish, whatever. It's good for everything. It's a good seasoning. So I'll put this in. If you're using this stuff and you do find this stuff, try not to use too much because it can get very salty. That's about that much that I put in there, okay? And then I put in a little bit of paprika, just like so. And we add in the black pepper. Guys, you gotta add the spices to make it taste good, guys. I'm a firm believer of that. All right, so you just put the 3 in so far, and what I do is I mix it in so that it's all blended in with the vegetables, okay, and let it saute itself for a little bit longer. All right, and we go from there. So we put the lid back on and let it sit for a few minutes and saute in the spices. Okay guys, we're gonna come and put the potatoes and the carrots in. You see how it's got a little bit of a golden tinge to it, guys? You don't want to make it too crisp, like beyond golden, right? It's just enough to this color here, okay? So now we're gonna add in the potatoes and the carrots. So the carrots and potatoes are going in. Okay. And what I do is I try to blend it in so that the mushrooms get on top. Okay. And like I said, you try to cook it so that it's on a low heat so it doesn't burn. And you go from there. So, toss it till you get everything all mixed in nicely. Okay. All right. And if you had some parsley, guys, it wouldn't hurt to put some parsley in. Unfortunately, I don't have any parsley, so I'm doing with what I got. But a parsley would help, actually. So, you know what, though? I might throw some dill in. I'll think about that. We'll see if we do that or not. Now I'm going to put the lid back on. And let that simmer for roughly about an hour. And we'll be back to check it out and see what it looks like. And I decided that I'm gonna throw the dill weed in, okay? So that will give it a nice little flavor to it. Me being Polish, we loved our dill in everything, in our soups, salads, and everything. Just coat it nicely. You don't have to go crazy, just like that. And just let it simmer inside and go from there. There you go. We'll see you in about an hour. Okay guys, now I'm just going to check on the potatoes and the vegetables, how they cooked. And this is what it looks like. So you try to cook it so to the point where it's not fully cooked, and I'll tell you the reason why. You'll see afterwards. So what we're doing is now we're going to take it and transfer it from this into this bowl. Okay? So we're going to scoop this all out. And you'll have a look at this once it's done. And voila, it's transferred. Okay guys, now you can see the frying pan still has the little bit of the oil in there. So I'm gonna put the hamburger into this frying pan, okay? And we're going to brown the hamburger, just like so. So take the hamburger, always, what I usually do is I try to break it up before it starts cooking, right? And just like so. So it's all broken up. Obviously it's going to break up when you're cooking it. All right. And I try not to season it until it's a little bit browned. Okay guys, so don't put no seasoning into it until the thing, and I'll show you exactly when I'm done with it what I'm going to put in for seasoning. All right, so we're going to be right back when this is browned. And we're going to check on the hamburger, guys. Voila. It's still not cooked, but I have to add some seasoning to it. So what are we going to add in? Now remember, there's seasoning in this, so we don't want to over season it. Otherwise it'll be either too salty or too much seasoning. So we just got to add a little bit. So I'm going to put a little bit more of this Vegeta in the meat. Okay. Just give it a little bit of spice. A little bit of black pepper. Okay. Not too much. And the last final ingredient is this rotel. Rotel's got it's got the finely chopped tomatoes and the green chilies in it. So it's going to give it a bit of a zip to it, okay guys? Just one can. You don't need to add any more, because if you added it too more, unless you want to get it really hot. But myself, I prefer it to have a bit of zip, but not too much. Mix them in, okay? And then cook it for a little bit longer, okay? Obviously, we have to have the meat cooked, so we're not going to get salmonella poisoning. And what I usually do is I throw in one of these bay leaves in here, just to give it some more zip, okay? All right, we'll come back here shortly. And we're gonna check what it looks like now, guys. All right, nice browned meat with the chilies and the tomatoes in there. Now we're gonna make it a little bit of a sweet chili taste, okay? So what I usually add to it is green peas, bag of green peas, frozen green peas. Dump the whole, like about a half a bag in. This is roughly about a half a bag, a small bag, okay? And then stir in the peas, right? So it gives that hot but sweet taste because the peas give off the sweetness, as everybody knows. And we're gonna let that stew in like the way it is with the lid on it, and we'll come back to this here shortly. Voila, guys, there's the peas, the meat, the chilies, the rotel, and now the final ingredient to put in is the celery and the bell peppers. Okay, guys, that's the last thing you put in, and you don't cook it for long, and you blend it in. Okay, you just get it so that it just sort of gets itself cooking, and then you pull it off the pan, and I'll show you why afterwards. Okay, just to get the juices into the meat kind of thing. All right, there you are. We'll come back after this. Okay, guys, this is done and complete. So now what we got to do is shut the heat off on the pan, and we got to transfer this into this and mix it, okay? And after I transfer this into this, I will show you what I'll do next. Voila! It's been transferred from the pan to the big bowl. So now what we do, guys, is mix it all up. All right, make sure it's all stirred up evenly so that all the meat and the vegetables are blended. Okay. And we will transfer it into a baking pan, which will go in the oven for additional 30 minutes baking at 350 degrees, guys. Okay, so I will show you guys here in a minute, 1 second, which pan I'm going to be using. And we transfer this into this. Okay, guys? So when I'll do that, when I transfer this into here, we'll come back to you. Okay, guys, and the last ingredient is a can of cream of mushroom soup. It doesn't matter what brand you get. All works the same. Take it and put it into a measuring cup. All right. All right. And I use this, you guys are gonna laugh, but I use this as a measuring cup. So I take 35% whipping cream, all right, and I pour it inside the soup, just about half a can, all right, so that it's sort of, and then mix it inside the can itself, and then pour it inside the measuring bowl itself. Okay? And what we do is we just blend it with a whisk till it gets somewhat less thick, and we coat it on the top of this dish. Okay, guys, so we just we just pour it on top of the dish, okay? Just like so. Scrape this stuff out of the measuring cup best you can, and then just sort of take the whisk and just sort of spread it around, but you don't have to go crazy. It will spread itself out once it thins out inside the oven, right? When the temperature gets to the temperature of hotness, right? I scrape this out completely so that we have nice. It acts like a gravy, guys. That's what the whole purpose of it is, okay? Guys, I'm just preheating the oven, 350 degrees. So when it gets to temperature, we are going to shove this dish into the oven and cook for about 45 minutes. You can do it less, but I usually do about 45 minutes, and then we'll see the outcome of it. And here we go. She goes into the oven, guys. And in 45 minutes, we'll check on it. Hey guys, and this is the final product. Completion. This is what it looks like when we're pulling it out of the oven. Okay guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna set it here and let it cool for about 10 minutes before we stir it up and serve to eat. So this is the final product. We're gonna sample it here shortly. Well, it's trial and error, guys. Right now, we're gonna try it out and see what it tastes like. Let's see what it tastes like, guys. With a little bit of side pickles on the side. As always, guys, excelente. Thanks for watching. I will post the ingredients in the description again one more time. Great family little meal. Hope you enjoy.